So the problem is that no one believes in Luka's teammates right now, and they're right. The last time we saw Dallas, basically it was Luka by himself against the Clippers with a little Tim Hardaway sprinkled in. Well, that's about to change because Kristaps Porzingis is in the middle of his first healthy offseason since joining the Mavs in 2019, and he looks great. In fact, I believe the Mavs are one of the most underrated teams heading into next season, and KP is a big reason why. There are three main things that everyone is missing about Porzingis, plus a Luka prediction here that will take the league by surprise. Yo, it's Casey. This is AM Hoops. Hit subscribe and notification bells for 5 NBA videos per week, even when there's like nothing going on, except KP workout video, baby. I mean, right now his stock is so low. He is like Paul George last year, okay? Everyone overreacted to the last thing they saw. Pandemic P, supposed to be the biggest fraud all-star in the NBA, but he was able to lead the Clippers past the Jazz, who are the #1 seed without Kawhi Leonard. It reminds me of a company like Tesla like 10 years ago. Nobody thought Elon Musk could actually start an electric car company. After he ran out of money, literally, people were calling Tesla a financial car wreck. Good one. Oh, but it turns out they underestimated this guy.
Jesus.
And now Tesla is dominating and Elon owns like as many blowtorches as he wants. Porzingis is doing the exact same thing. So he just posted these pictures back in Latvia, working out, looking healthy, but these aren't normal workout pictures because we see those every offseason from like every player, okay? These are the first ones that KP has been able to post as a fully healthy player in the offseason. Last year, he missed the first 9 games still rehabbing that knee injury from the bubble, but he came back too fast. He basically drug his bum leg around the court all year, and he was never himself. By the playoffs, dude was like a legit embarrassment, okay? But there are 3 main reasons that I think Porzingis is ready to become an all-star again in the league. And the number 3 reason is Jason Kidd. Okay, KP and Rick Carlisle, they didn't work together. Carlisle let things get awkward between Porzingis and Luka. He should have stepped in and handled it. They avoided high fives on the court. Even Mark Cuban admitted there were dust-ups from time to time, whatever that means. And I don't know the exact reason that KP and Luka aren't like peanut butter and jelly. I mean, maybe it's KP's role. He was brought in to be like a legit superstar next to Luka, but Luka now obviously is like, you know, a one-man wrecking crew. But whatever the issue is, I think a coaching change to Jason Kidd is exactly what they needed. This dude does not take any crap, and there's no doubt who is in charge when Jason Kidd is in the room, okay? If there's any tension behind the scenes this season, he's gonna step in and work it out. I mean, Kidd and KP already hung out this offseason for 3 days in Latvia. Kidd said, oh, we went out to dinner. I got to see him work out a lot. We talked a lot. He's in a good place physically and mentally. Bottom line, okay, a change in head coach, well, maybe isn't the best thing, like from an X's and O's standpoint. Obviously, Rick Carlisle probably has a higher ceiling, but I think changing to Jason Kidd is going to help Kristaps Porzingis. So will the number 2 thing, and that is his underdog mentality. Right when the season ended, KP posted this on IG. Going into this offseason with a chip on my shoulder, I'm gonna use all this noise to fuel me even more. And if he can stay healthy, we are going to see the most motivated version of Porzingis ever. People forget he's 26 years old, which means he is just now entering his prime. And we've seen what a chip on the shoulder can do for other players, like even LeBron James or Chris Paul. Those guys had like some of the best seasons of their career when the whole world said they were washed. He is so motivated to prove literally everyone wrong, the outside world and the inside world. But the only way any of this matters actually is if he takes care of reason number 1, his health. We know Porzingis is healthy for the first offseason since he landed in Dallas a few years ago. And if he stays right, both offense, but especially defense, is gonna have to improve. This insane stat made me go,
Things that make you go,
2 seasons ago, KP averaged 2 blocks a game with a defensive rating of 109.3, elite. Last year, though, at his worst in the playoffs, he had just 0.7 blocks a game against the Clippers with an awful 121 defensive rating. Ugh. If healthy, though, this is what I see from Porzingis and why it matters defensively. He will have better lateral movement to stay in front of guys, which he couldn't do last year. Now I think healthy, he'll trust his body and be able to really commit to blocking shots. Dallas obviously needs a rim protector. Porzingis can and should be that guy again. On offense, really efficient last year, but he missed a ton of open, important shots. I think, honestly, his confidence had a lot to do with that. In the Orlando bubble, though, when his confidence was high before his knee got hurt, he hit 12 of 26 wide open threes. If KP puts all of that together, I think he'll remind us of why Kevin Durant called him the original unicorn. A 7-footer who can block a shot on one end and then hit a three on the other end. That is so scary. And the fact that he is healthy with a chip on his shoulder and a new coach should scare the league. But there is something about Luka as well that should scare people too. I think Luka this year will be either number 1 or number 2 in MVP voting. If KP stays healthy, Luka is the favorite. I mean, obviously the team needs to win at least 50 games, and they'll do that with a healthy Porzingis. And I'm not scared by these pictures of Luka smoking hookah in the offseason. We know this dude likes to party right about now. Also, and I hate to say this, but Luka could probably eat nothing but cheeseburgers from now until when the season starts, and he would be better than like most young players in the league. It reminds me of like Shaq. Like Shaq was so just naturally gifted. He would come into seasons out of shape and like use the season to get into shape. Luka apparently is kind of old school like that, and that's how he likes to do it. And by the way, it's been working out for him like his entire life. Now, do I wish he took the Kobe approach like Jason Tatum? Yes, I do. But Mavs fans should be excited. Their dude is about to take another leap, because that is what young phenoms his age do. Every year, they come into the league, they get a little bit better as they creep toward their prime, and he is a long way from his prime. So I think Luka will take another jump, which, as good as he is, another jump, he is an MVP candidate. Now, outside of those two, the Mavs front office did not do a whole lot with their cap space. They re-signed Tim Hardaway Jr., who is their second best player in the postseason. They got Reggie Bullock, who is such a better fit than Josh Richardson. I mean, Jay Rich was like a good name last year, but huge mistake to let Seth Curry go and bring him in. Also, last season started with a COVID outbreak that so many people forget, so they started 9-14. But then after 9-14, they got healthy from COVID and went 33-16, which that win percentage would have been the number 3 seed in the West. Right now, people talk about Porzingis and Ben Simmons as if they're the two biggest fake stars in the league. Well, if Porzingis puts everything together this season, he will surprise a lot of people and reestablish as an all-star. That, combined with MVP-type Luka, and there is a legit chance the Luka Mavs finally win a playoff series and are maybe legit contenders for the finals. Speaking of undervalued like the Mavs, I have never gotten more hate than what I did in this video, because it's about Ben Simmons. It's a trade video. Got slammed on Twitter for this and in the comments section. But really, it's because people didn't actually watch the video. They just saw a trade idea that someone screen grabbed. That's all they saw, and they ripped me. If you watch the video, it actually makes sense. So please watch this, go to the comments, and just tell people to shut up.